Good morning, everybody. Sleeping Beauty, wake up. We got $136 we owe. We got withdrawal fees, overdraft fees going on in the bank account today. Good thing I ain't spent my money I needed to spend yesterday. Hoo-wee. It sure would be an awkward situation if I do have money to spend today. I need to buy lime. Hey, boys, I have an awkward situation. I need money. Remember that time I said if I ever get desperate for money? Well, just out of curiosity, what's the stuff we own worth? That's nothing. That's not bad, but I'd like to keep it. Planter's pretty important, and it dropped in price like crazy. We bought this thing for $89,000. Really? Wow. I feel like I'm getting screwed over, son. Are my trailer only worth $4,000? Are you serious right now? I bought this for $75. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm just realizing how much our stuff is depreciated. Why is it such a struggle, my friends? Oh, and that is full of weeds. Well, let's look at something that makes me happy. A very clean, very good looking field. Look at this. We've got soybeans at 98% yield bonus, baby. That is good. That is what we want to see. This is going to be money. The question is, when is it going to be money? Soybeans sell in the month of June at a high. Currently May, so they say normally it's all the way down here. Oh, it's actually up. For this time of year, the price of soybeans is high. Next month it's going to be its highest though. Dang, I wish we could harvest it next month. So we got to wait a whole year until we make any money off of that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to let time roll forward through the morning a little bit. We're going to just sip on some coffee, tell some stories, you know, and look at our bees. Oh, do I have my bee outfit on? I don't think so. Oh, I do. I never took it off. I've been farming in my black bee outfit the whole time. That's probably really hot in this summer weather. We've got just about one whole container here, and we can fit 4 of these containers per pallet. Once we got a full pallet, I don't know if they stack up higher than that. There might actually be like 2 or 3 layers of that, but we'll see. Eventually we'll move this pallet off and, we'll have more. I can't buy more bees, otherwise I would try. Right now, I just need to keep letting time move forward as we acquire the funds to do what we got to do. I got to find fertilizer spreader in here that can do the lime we want to do for $2,200. Gonna go ahead and lease that, and let me go pick that up from the store. Coming up on 1 p.m. Gonna let time move forward just a little bit. All we have to do today is plant these fields, make sure the weeds are taken care of, but we can do that next month. And we also need to get this lime that we're about to do. So not too many tasks. We'll be through this day really quick and moving on probably to harvest here pretty soon. Okay, we have $8,000. I've picked up the spreader. I let it go all the way to 8:30 p.m. I know it's not ideal because we have so much to do, but I needed enough money that I knew I'd be able to get all the lime I needed to do. And we only need to do the one field, but lime is expensive, so I didn't know how much it would cost. We're about to find out. This right here should be our lime fill station, and I will go ahead and show you on the map where we're at. If you look by field 57, you can see we're kind of right behind these silos here. So that's where we're at to run this lime. I'm going to go ahead and start filling with it. Get it to, say, 40%. 40%? Surely that's enough. I don't think I'd need more than 40%. I'm sure that that's enough. Now we'll sneak back over to the farm and apply this lime, get the field planted here tonight, and move on to harvest. Looks like I'm hauling a trailer full of Colombian nose candy. Did Grandma order her new flour? Heard she had a big old bacon order. I got 3,623 liters of flour here. Oh my goodness. I've passed my home and almost drove to the grocery mart. I was reading an email. Somebody wants to send me an AI automated robot lawnmower machine. I get a lot of emails about this stuff. I don't think they're real, but maybe they are. Hello, I am here to spread the lime. I don't know how much the lime spreads. We're about to find out. Oh my goodness. Is that all? Boy, you pathetic. My fertilizer spreader works way better than you. I mean, look at you. You ought to be sad about yourself. Got a line up way over here. I was thinking we was going to get this done in time, and I'm still too far. No, don't mind me. I'll just get on the edge. How's that sound? Surely this is going to work, right? All right, we found the spot. It sucks, but we found it. We've already used 5% of that stuff. I am slightly worried now. I thought we would have far more than enough. We probably still will. But I'm just a little worried, you know? Keep rolling on down this way. We almost got this field completely limed, and we probably should work it into the ground, but I'll just plant right into it. No big deal if you ask me. We used about 10% of what we bought. If we don't use it all, maybe we can dump it out somewhere. I don't know. We could always just apply it to another field. Doesn't hurt. Probably what we'll do, just apply it to that one right in front of us if we have to. Hasn't been planted yet. We can definitely do it. And now we're going to clean up this little, I don't know what that is, like a treble or whatever. You know, the notes, you know? I'm not musically inclined. I don't know a dang thing about music, so sorry. We don't got much left in here, but we got enough that I want to just kind of spill it out, get it out of this thing, and then we'll return it, get planting. So we're on the last 20% on this field. This field did not need lime, but we're going to just give it to it. It's not going to hurt it. The way the base game works, at least, this lime is not going to do anything. If we were running precision farming, and we would have to be overriding the automatic lime application, so we'd have to turn it on manual, and then we would have to purposefully be over liming this land, which would then cause a problem. Yes, the way the base game works without the precision farming DLC, you're absolutely fine to do this. In fact, it might only benefit you because it probably is just going to make it take even longer until this does actually need lime. So it's been done, now it's been done, you know? And that last bit is actually going to cover the whole way and maybe a little extra. Just gonna try and clean up this last piece down here and work through the last little 10% we got. You know, I might as well just let it run out right here. No point in taking that back to our big field or even that small field. It wouldn't have been enough for it. Well, it might have been enough for the small field, but they've already been planted. So definitely a little bit wasteful on my part, but we got worked through all of that lime. And now I don't have to worry about trying to store it or anything, and I can just return this that we leased for $2,300. And now, 8:35 p.m., middle of the night, so it feels like, I'm going to finally get to planting. We could have been doing this in the daylight, but Jake thought he needed way more money than he did. All right, soybeans are set, planters on, everything should be good to go. We're pulling through. And as you guys can see, this is knocking out that lime texture, working it into the ground. We can come over this next with the roller. It's going to get rid of our really nice rows that I like, unfortunately, but it is going to roll, give us that bonus. We should hopefully be up to maybe a 98 or so % on Rotten Tomatoes. No, on our yield bonus. So we got all the way down to the edge of our second little field here. I kind of honestly consider these one field in my mind, just split with a driveway, a little road there. It's not really that uncommon. We had a field that had a similar kind of little road going in it at one point. So you do see that sort of stuff. It happens. If we were doing a crop that we didn't need as many acres of, like we're barely plant anything as is. We have practically no acres right now. But if we were doing like carrots or, you know, some of those more vegetable crop items, then these fields could be separate fields and they would be very large and perfect for it. In fact, I would love to put some of those like foil tents out here, make this like a really lovely greenhouse area. I love doing that. I love the concept of the really small farms. I think we should definitely bring the 1 acre series back soon. I know we had 5 acre, we had 10 acre. I personally really enjoyed 1, but let me know what you guys think. Maybe we just kind of like use this main piece here or something, or whatever map you guys want. I don't know. You guys let me know down below what you think, and I'll just do what you guys want, because ultimately I'm trying to make videos for you. If I miss one more piece on this inside, I'm gonna lose my mind. Once again, our fields are just a little bit too wide for our planter, and I think they're actually too wide for our harvesters too. They're just slightly an awkward size, and I'd almost like to just take a couple rows off of each of them, but we're not going to. We're gonna maximize it. We're gonna, you know, they gave it to us this way. I'm going to farm it this way, so let's keep rolling. We might be able to use this grass right here along this highway to mow for silage. It's not a whole lot, but it is a little. Maybe we'll see. It depends. I mean, we just need money. You know, I got to be able to get a mower. I got to be able to get a baler. And yeah, we can lease some of that stuff, but doing all this leasing, it's what's keeping us back, man. Like, this is what's costing us right now. But either way, we've just finished all of our planting for this planting season. Every single field we own is planted with soybeans, and now we just need to roll these last 2. My neighbor right now will be like, it's 8:38 p.m. Stop shining your lights in my living room. I'm trying to watch Grey's Anatomy. Sorry, buddy. I know. You really love to watch your Grey's Anatomy. People be like, why Grey's Anatomy? Has that, wait, is that still on? Isn't that like a really old show? Oh, I'm still in my bee keeping it cool outfit, so that's, that's something. I don't know if you can barely see it in there. All right, roller's getting dropped down, and we are going to roll this last field. And then after that, all of our spring preparation is done. Fertilization is done. The only thing we'll have to come through is once, maybe twice this summer. We'll take care of the weeds, but otherwise we are moving right on to harvest here. So May is looking a little bit of rough this year in our start with $7,500 right now. But by the end of the year, we should be a lot more stable financially. At least I hope so, because I need to get investing in more of these solar panels, man. It's been taking all of my money that's supposed to go towards solar panels just to get the equipment we need to farm. And I know we need to farm because that's how we're going to continue making money to get more money for solar panels, aside from the solar panel revenue generation. But it's hard to put money towards solar panels when you're putting all the money towards the farm. It's almost like the design of farming makes it impossible to invest that capital into anything other than the farm next year. It's unfortunate, but it's true. That's the reality that every farmer lives with. Only people to have to buy everything retail and then they sell their product wholesale. Think about that. I thought last time I couldn't finish this in a full pass. Did I just suck last time, or did I get better this time? Or wait. Oh, it's just going to be a little bit too wide. No, barely. Dude. Oh, we got it. We got it. Look at us. We're getting even better with this roller. I don't think I rolled this before. I don't know why I thought I was going to be off. I was pretty certain I was going to be off. But that is looking like it's going to be our final pass here tonight. So let's go ahead. Start getting that time moving forward. No reason for it to sit at 8:40. We'll let our neighbor really watch Grey's Anatomy. Whoa, hold on. Back up. Did we speed time so much that my brain forgot how words work? Regardless, we're going to get this thing sold before it charges us another night. We're done with it. And we are, well, I'd love to be done with this tractor, but we better keep it until we can eventually buy one. We've got 5 hours on this one already. And look at that. Our crop just grew. Wow. They grow up so fast. Good morning, Krusty Crew. It's 4:50 in the morning. We're already getting sunlight. I don't know what kind of summer sunlight shenanigans we got going on here. Could you imagine waking up 4:51 in the morning and be like, oh, it's bright as day? All of our fields are rolled. Checking their weed problem, however, reveals a new problem. Weeds. Fertilization, more or less good. 48 needs a little more, so we will hit 48 one more time. Hit me, baby, one more time. And we've got plenty to do here this June. I almost messed up my words again. Sometimes English is hard, man. Greenhouse has been probably making us barely little money, but hey, it's making money, and that's what matters. The bees down there have just been keeping it real, and I just wanted to run back and check the weeds. I just wanted to run back here and check the weeds, and yeah, we do got a little bit of a weed problem. In fact, the yield bonus out here in this field, not very good. It needs to get fertilized again. So first thing I'm going to do is run some fertilizer over it, and then I'm going to run some weed herbicide over it. And the combination is going to really create some kind of super mutant like plant that is resistant to both and like grows. We're going to make the giant beanstalk, from Jack or whatever it is, the dude who climbs the gigantic beanstalk, huh? Why ain't I got no fertilizer in here? I need some. I could steal the fertilizer out of my planter. I will indeed. Don't die on me, little soybeans, just because I touched you with a little bit of my tires, okay? It ain't no reason to give up. You're no quitters, little buddies. I believe in you. Boop. Okay, I didn't mean to drop the seeds, but I probably should have seen that coming. This whole having one tractor and it being a lease is really getting on my mind. Switching back and forth, equipment to equipment, half the time not having enough stuff to be able to do what I need to do. Anyways, fill it up with fertilizer. All right. Let's go spread some fertilizer. We got 22%. Should be enough, he said, questioning himself. What is our neighbor got canola in there? Oh, wow. Looking pretty good. Other neighbor's got a field full of weeds. Wonder what those are selling for on the market. Oh, whoa, this thing. I forget how big the thing spreads out. We are destroying crop. We're destroying crop. I'm destroying the crop because this crop has grown a little bit. I need narrow tires. I don't have narrow tires. Oh, my. I've made a mistake. And I didn't mean to. I've made a mistake. How about you? Okay, so right here is about halfway between them. So that's where I'm going to run. As long as we can just keep it to a minimum, it's not the end of the world. What we're getting out of fertilizer is going to be more than enough to cover the little bit that we've killed here. The only part I messed up is right at the beginning up there because I didn't realize it would happen. But, you know, we learn now, don't we? We've got it all fertilized. That's what matters. So if we run out here, our yield bonus now 90, 80, you know, bumping around a little bit. And that's better than where it was. So I'm not going to complain. We're just going to accept that for what it is. And whenever we get our own tractor, we'll remember to get some narrow tires on it as well. So that isn't an issue moving forward. It means we're going to have an issue spraying our weeds. We're just have to go down the same trim line. But I can't spray with this spreader. And I don't think the weeds are going to spray at the same size. We've got a little bit of an issue. First of all, I'm sick. Whoa, I can look like a firefighter? How did I just learn this? Somebody call 911. Fire burning on the dance floor. Whoa. These fields here, we won't have a problem doing. It's going to be that field and that field. Well, that one doesn't need anything, so that's fine. But that field does. Well, we'll just cross that bridge right now. Let's see what's for sale. Is there anything we can use? Ooh. Man, if I had the money, man. Oh, two things I would love to have. We could get a baler. Oh, this would do it all. Well, this would be perfect. 20. Whoa, this would be perfect. Hold on. Is this going to do what I think it does? So we could bale and wrap right all in one. This is cool. Standard with bale on and turner. Oh, okay. How it wraps. I see. $29,000, 64% off. That is so worth it. We need to sell some stuff. We need to come up with $29,000 right now. On top of what we already needed to do today, we also need to come up with $29,000. That's going to be a real challenge. We only use a harvester one time a year. We could lease that. Because think about it. We use a harvester one time a year. We use the tractor throughout the entire year. I subscribe to that ideology. We can free up $41,000 and then another $13,000. Lease the stuff when the time comes. We're doing it. I'm going to sell this back off. Get our $13,000 out of that. Get our $41,000 out of that. We've now got $61,900. That $61,900, we're going to first prioritize getting this Fendt. Runs on 140 horsepower, so we'll just make sure whatever tractor we do buy has that. Go ahead and buy $29,700. Leaves us with $32,000. And I don't have the ability to buy a tractor with $32,000 right now. I was going to say we could get this, but then I realized that other baler wrapped, so there's no point. So I like where we're at there. We can maybe look at a sprayer. Sprayer would cost us $34,000, just a little more than we have, but we could probably come up with the change. So we could buy a sprayer. I don't really fancy the idea. I think I'm just going to go ahead and lease one for $1,700. Okay, so we're going to fire up the tractor and run on down to the store to pick up this sprayer, fill it up with some herbicide, get our fields taken care of, and we're actually not in a bad position. I know we sold our combine, but we can lease that one time every single year. It's probably better than doing a continuous lease on a tractor. Because one time we lease a combine, we get rid of it. Harvest is done. Whereas we keep this tractor, we pay for every hour we use it, for every day we use it, and for every month that it's still in our possession. Like, we are constantly paying for this thing. So it makes way more sense to get our money just invested in a tractor and then lease the combine. I like the way we're thinking. So if I was to change anything that I have done so far moving forward, that would definitely be one of them. Whoa, guy! Did you see? Wow! That was realistic, though. FarmSim's got some realistic drivers. Check that one out. Make a short out of it, eh? Okay, so we got our baler and our sprayer. The baler's an investment towards something that we're not going to see a return on quite yet, but it was 64% off and was going to do the work of two machines. So obviously for $29,000, I had to. Before I drive off, I do need to make sure I fill this with herbicide, which is going to cost us $2,400. I don't know how much we need to go through. We might need a couple tanks. I think there's, a couple thousand liters per tank, or maybe 1,000. I don't know. We'll see. So that's over 1,200 liters, still more in there. So probably a couple thousand liters in there. It gave us a full sprayer, and the full sprayer is probably going to be all we need. So let's meander our way back to the farm and get to spraying. By the way, as I always say, if you guys have been following along, make sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to continue posting this series. Comment any other ideas that you want to see me do here in Farming Simulator. And also give me some ideas for American Truck Simulator, which we'll be bringing back to the channel eventually. If you are playing along on this series, then make sure you tag me in your videos on YouTube and TikTok so I can see your progress. All right, we've made it back to the farm. I'm going to get this thing unfolding here. And these fields should not be a problem. They should be young enough that we'll going to be fine. Our other field, however, could be a problem, but I'm looking at the size of this, and it looks like it might be similar. Well, no, actually, I think it definitely is less, but not too terrible. I think I'll be able to make it work. At least I'm gonna have to. I don't really have a choice. So we're gonna line up, turn it on, pull forward, and we are spraying, getting the weeds out of this field. So this is no fertilization or anything. Our fertilizing is completely done for this year. Now we are just trying to take the weeds out of the field. That way we have a really nice clean crop when it comes to harvest. It's also not just for when we go to harvest. It's actually even more for the summertime. While this crop is growing, we don't want the weeds to over canopy the soybeans and stop the soybeans from getting nutrients, from getting sunlight, from getting rain, you know, those sorts of things. You don't really want it competing. So that's why we're going to go through and spray all of it off. Now, if you're trying to make the argument for a more organic approach, then that's actually a really interesting conversation, and one that I don't necessarily disagree with either. I would personally prefer we use a lot less chemicals on our crops. And I think most farmers that farm would agree with me. I mean, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, no, there's some area. Yeah, I get that. But also, spraying can be expensive, and it can be time consuming, and it's not good for your health. A lot of farmers, you know, find that out later on in their lives. So it'd just be better for everyone. But for now, we're going to keep putting chemicals on the ground. So this is what we do, baby. Our bees are doing good. They don't care about the herbicide. Not one bit. Aw, our poor bees. I'm out here spraying herbicide, and our bees are probably like, hey, man, we've been working hard on that stuff. I'll try to keep it in the fields, buddy. I'm sorry. You guys get the flowers in the grass. How about that? All right, we've used just over 20% down and back on our first pass here, and I think I took care of both of the field. More or less. We missed a tiny little bit right up there. But I'm going to call that good enough. We got these two fields. If we see 44 has none, and 48 does have some. So we're going to go back through 48 here, and we'll probably have some spray left over. We'll store that in the barn, and we'll have it for the next season. That's not a complaint by me. Anytime we have leftover materials like that, just means I save a little bit of money next year. So this is what I want to see. If we can fit down our old trim line here. I don't think we're going to quite be the right size, but I can get the extra bit there just going down the side of the road. So I'm going to call that a good idea. I'm going to go through it right here like this. Now, I'm destroying a bit more crop in the process, but you know what? Look. I'm trying to mitigate it as much as I can. And admittedly, most of what's in the center here is just dying anyways. So we sprayed there. This is going to reach a little bit too wide. We might have a strip of weeds right down that center, and I might just call that okay. You don't really want to do that because those weeds can actually expand to the rest of the field, and then you have the problem all over again. When you're trying to eradicate your weeds, you definitely want to try and get all of them. But at least in terms of a video game, we're not really going to see that issue. So I might just call it okay. It is a fairly large stretch down the center. I mean, a good half size of my sprayer, but I really just don't want to damage any more crop. I don't want to, you know. I know it'll take a bit of a dip due to the weeds being in the field. Y'all are really not making it easy to not screw up my field. I'll get this little piece right here, and I'll spray my neighbor, Sorry, I'm damaging his crop. Oh, man. His weed field. Whatever is he going to do without it? And my other neighbor's going to love me because he's going to get a little bit of extra spray, too. Surely hope the neighbors actually consent to this. What is this? Are you got soybeans, too? Oh, fantastic. Wait, something's different. Hold on. No, what do you got? Oh, these are potatoes? On this episode of Jake's an Idiot, we're done spraying our weeds, and I've probably made more of a mess of it than I did any good. And I sure hope I get my deposit back on this return. Let's go ahead, return the sprayer, don't need it anymore. And thinking about returning this tractor so we don't spend the money on it. Let me think. Yeah, we should be good. Weeds have all been taken care of more or less. I'm going to do it. I'm going to return that tractor so we're not spending money on it. And we're going to wait it out. We've got everything cheapened up as much as we can. No leased items taking away money. The next step will be harvest, so I'll see you guys there. Good morning, everybody. It's October now. Year number 4 still. About 7 in the morning. Through that time, we've made about $62,000 in the bank. If we take a gander here, we will see June is where we had left off, and then July, August, September, all the way up to now October where we're at, we made $10, $8, and then $8,000. And our sold product has been going down a little bit. We're not making as much off of our greenhouse, so I'm not sure what the deal is with that. The price of soybeans is down towards the August normal, but our soybeans, 2 of the fields at least, are ready to harvest. The other 2 are almost ready. Unfortunately, them being split by the months means we do have to lease the equipment on multiple days. There's nothing more we can do about it. All we can do is lease what we've got. I was hoping we'd be able to buy a tractor and see one like on sale, but there is no good deal. And the lowest priced one for the horsepower that we need, and this is probably even a little underpowered, would be this Massey Ferguson is $97,000. So we're not there. Let's just lease a combine and deal with it moving forward. So gonna go ahead, $3,800. That's what that one cost to lease. $6,600. Geez, the lease on these are so much. $13,000, $14,000. It's like they don't want you to make money. Okay, so $3,800 is the lease for that. I suddenly kind of sort of regret my decision. Okay, lease it. Then I'm going to need I could have maybe kept the header myself, I guess. Lease it for $1,200. And I was really hedging our bet that we would be able to buy a tractor. But no. We're going to have to lease the tractor again, is what it is. Let's just get things going, I guess. I mean, overall, I liked the idea. The execution this year, because the idea was come up with halfway through the year, could have been better, but now we know for next year, and we can do it better next time. For now, I just want to get back to the farm and get to started on our harvest. All right, I've made it back to the farm here. We're going to start with our harvest. We got the soybeans on this little back stretch. This is probably our highest yield area. This didn't really get affected with weeds. It's in really good condition. We should be getting a good yield off of this. So I'm excited to see what we're able to get out of this. I don't really remember what we've been getting for our past yields. So if you guys know the total liters that we've harvested in our past harvests, then let me know in the comments down below, because I really would like to kind of keep track of that and see if we're getting better or if we're getting worse. Now I want you to also keep in mind, this is our first year doing soybeans. So we'd be comparing 2 different crops, 2 different yields, but regardless, I'm curious to see how things continue. Now that we have that baler, we could potentially do straw if we did any other crops other than soybeans. But I think we're going to stick with these soybeans. I think they're going to be a good yield for us. But now that we do have that baler, it does open the door for us in many ways. So I'm happy we bought that. I'm happy we got it on sale. I'd love to see another option like a tractor. I'd love to get a good deal on a tractor. If we can find one of those, that'd be great. Probably came up with a few while we were skipping through time, and I just didn't check. So that's on me. Got to make sure I check on those. But we'll keep our eye open for one. I'm sure we'll find one eventually. We've currently got about 1,500 liters of soybeans in here. We got a little narrow stretch right here that's going to throw us over 15. And that's a decent little yield, nothing bad. That many liters, soybeans, we're talking probably, I don't know. Good time of the year, they're going to give us about $1,200-$1,300 for that. Right now, I'll get $1,100 maybe, you know. So I wanted to run over here and just check this crop and see how it was looking. We don't have any weeds. We don't have any issues. So it is going to be a really good harvest next month on it. Right now, we need to sneak back to our big field we made a little bit of a mess in. What do you guys think about more greenhouses? I'm not exactly sure if it's the way to go. They don't make a whole lot of money. That's a medium greenhouse, and we have not made our money back on it yet. So I'm not convinced. If we make our money back on it, then maybe we'll look into upgrading it to a bigger one or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I do think we'll get started on this harvest, and we'll see how much we get in the tank. We're probably going to get full here, and hopefully we can get enough money to buy a tractor.